All right, well, welcome for this kind of one-off class due to circumstances that are now not a problem, but we're here. So we're going to practice, we've been working with different energy centers, so we're going to practice the moon sequence today as we've worked up to the sacral energy center, which is the element of water. So we'll do the moon sequence after we've done energy block release 3, and then finish with a lovely relaxation as always. So once again, if there's anything in this class that doesn't work for your body, do listen to your own body. I will offer options and variations, but do listen to your own body. But otherwise, we're going to begin with a bit of tapping today. So let's just bring our awareness to our fingers and thumbs, work through those, the joints of them, feel into them, and just beginning to tune into your body this morning. With all these movements we make today, bring your full awareness. You might like to just rotate your wrists one way, warm them up, ready for a bit of tapping, and then going the other way, feeling into that wrist joint. So whatever movement you're making, bring your full attention and your breath to awareness to that area. And then again, take the fingers to the top of the head, and just begin to gently tap here. Little raindrop taps on your scalp. You might go down the back of the head, maybe down the back of the neck a little bit, upper back maybe. And then you might like to come up the sides of the head, over the top of the ears. This technique is called Do-In, D-O-I-N. It's like a Eastern tradition, a self-massage technique. So a really good one to do to get energized, activated. And then take your 2 fingers and just tap down the side of your jaw and down your throat. And then doing that tapping with the fingers, or you might begin to make a soft fist here now, tapping at this area at the top of the chest, tapping into our thymus gland, because the area of our immune system. So giving that a bit of a tap. And then taking one hand and beginning to work over into the top of the chest, the lung on this side, maybe the top of the shoulder. You might even use that other hand, support the elbow, so you can reach over, tap into the back of the upper back, top of the shoulder. And then you might like to tap down the outside of your arm, across the palm and up the inside fleshy bit of your arm. So just keeping that wrist that you're tapping with nice and soft, just letting it gently bounce off your skin, your clothing. So just giving yourself a nice self-massage, working in. And as we're doing this, just notice your body, the areas that you're tapping. Are there sore points? How does it feel? And then working back across the chest again, a little bit more in the chest in the middle, get the immune system going. And then tapping into the top of the chest, front of the shoulder on this side, maybe supporting the elbow, tapping onto the top of the shoulder, back of the shoulder. And then beginning to tap down the outside of this arm, across the palm, back up the inside. So waking up all the cells in this arm. Noticing how that feels. And then maybe give both arms a bit of a shake, give the hands a bit of a shake. And then we're going to tap into the side of our buttocks, our hips. So you can be a bit more vigorous here into the side of the hip area. And then beginning to work up and down the side of the body, maybe a bit gentler tapping as you come up under the armpits. And as you come up, maybe feeling that gentle stretch to the side of the body, and then relaxing down as you come back up. Feeling into the side of the body, the ribs. And then when you come back, taking the backs of the fists and just coming to tap at the back of the buttocks. Once again, probably could be a bit firmer here, tapping into anything. So just tapping at sort of the back, lower back. I'll stand side on for this bit. And then you might like to just gently lean forwards and begin to tap up either side of your spine. So tapping into this area of your kidneys, your adrenal glands, place we hold fear, anxiety, and then coming back up again. Once again, give the hands a bit of a shake. And then we'll take the hands to the top right. So I'm not mirroring you here, and obviously on Zoom, sometimes things look the wrong way around. So your hands at the top right, tap across the top of your abdomen, down the left side, across the bottom, back up the right. So if you were looking at it from your perspective, you're tapping in a clockwise direction, going in the direction of your digestion. Hopefully you haven't just had breakfast. So getting your digestive fire going, tapping into the organs, waking them all up. One more circle, give the arms a bit of a shake again. And then take the feet a little bit wider, turn one foot out, and we'll begin to tap down the outside of your leg. You can bend the knee if you need to, tap across the top of the foot, and then coming back up the inside of the leg. So softly tapping, using both of the hands now, keeping those wrists nice and soft. Waking up all the cells in this leg. Noticing how this leg feels. And when the hands come to the top, open the palms out and just give that leg a bit of a pat up and down. Give the hands a bit of a shake and then just pause. Notice how that leg feels compared to the other leg, just to notice that difference. So we better even up. So turn out the other foot, tap down the outside of that leg. You can bend the knee, come across the top of the foot, back up the inside. Working into this leg now. And once again, when the hands come to the top, opening the palms out and just giving yourself a pat up and down the leg. And then coming to stand up, shake the hands off, give everything a bit of a shake and a wiggle. And just come to be still for a moment and just notice. You might feel that residual vibration from the tapping. You might feel like your circulation's a bit sort of more happening. You might feel a bit warmer, tingling. Just notice what there is to notice. And then let your awareness come to the base of the spine as we begin a bit of gentle twisting from there. So letting the arms just be floppy. And just go along for the ride. As this movement comes from the base of the spine, and tune into your spine this morning. Just notice how it's feeling. What have you woken up with? Make sure you've got lots of space around you. And then you might like to gently take one heel off the ground as you bit of a bend in the knees in the middle, and let the get a bit of space under the arms. Let the arms come all more up to mid back. Feel that twist going a little deeper. And then you might take the feet a little bit wider apart again and even let the arms come up more to shoulder height. Stretching on a bit of a diagonal. You might even let the neck and the head come into the twist, looking gently behind if that's okay for your neck. And noticing if you can feel this, activating all the muscles down the side of the spine. And then we'll come out how we came in. So bringing the feet a little bit closer together, bringing that, keeping that dip in the knees, arms come back to the mid back. And slowing that down again. Letting the dip go. Just let the hands, the back hand, when it comes to the back, just tap that kidney and adrenal area again, giving it a little bit more of a tap. Once again, bringing your awareness to that area, at the lower back area, sacral area that we're focusing on today. And slowing that right down, give the hands a bit of a shake again. And we'll do a little bit more. We did the fearless flight the week before. So we're still sort of working in these lower energy centers. So we'll do that again. So lifting the arms up, then hinge forward from the hips and the arms come back and behind and turn side on. So you can see they kind of come up like wings. Then we inhale up and exhale down. So you might like to imagine filling up on the in-breath, letting go on the out-breath. You can bend the knees deeply to come up and down. And making this as vigorous as you want. You can make it a bit more vigorous. You can even sort of exhale through the mouth as you fold forward. Deep breath in, puff it out, deep breath in. Maybe imagining anything that you want to let go of, any frustrations, any fear, stress, anxiety, you can let it go on the out breath. One more. And as the arms come up, on an out breath, just let them float down gently through the air. Let them come back down by the sides. And then taking the feet a little bit wider apart, we'll come into our figure of 8 work. So beginning to make that figure of 8 with the hip pelvic area. So it's like one hip comes forward, one hip comes back, making that figure of 8 or infinity symbol pattern. And take your awareness back down to your feet now. Feel this movement, soles of the feet, weight shifting. It's almost like you sort of come over to one side and then push over to the other. And then let that awareness come up into the ankles. Notice how the ankle joints feel moving in this movement. Let your awareness come up through the knees, the hips, and then let the awareness kind of settle into the pelvis. This is a beautiful flowing movement, a little bit like water, the element of water flowing. So you might even like to begin to scoop the arms through, letting that movement come a little bit more into the back. You might even like to imagine you're standing in some beautiful, clear, crystal clear, warm water, and you're just scooping the hands through the water as you come through. And then you might like to begin to change that movement to now lead more with the elbows and feel that movement come up to the mid-back and more to the upper back, the shoulder girdle. You might sort of extend that movement out to the side. Let's notice how that's feeling. Feeling that you might be nice feeling in the shoulders if you've been sitting a lot. You might like to then begin to take that movement more overhead if that's okay for your arms. Maybe stretching up. It's still working through this infinity symbol pattern, very big sort of pattern. And then take both hands above overhead and paint that figure of 8 on its side or infinity symbol like you're painting it on the ceiling, painting it on the sky. And the whole body moving in this pattern. And then we're going to begin to draw that movement down past towards the crown of the head, just above the crown. Draw it down past your brow. You might like to imagine you're even holding a ball of light or energy, moving it in this infinity pattern shape. Bring it down past the throat, past the heart, and down to the solar plexus area, just above the belly button, a bit lower to the pelvis. And then coming to sort of at the base, letting that movement go. And just let the hands sort of go, let all that movement that you've moved, all that energy that you've moved around have somewhere to go. And then we'll do a little bit of our goddess stretch today. So squat. So take the feet about shoulder width apart and then turn the toes out slightly. So just checking when you bend or squat a little that the knees are tracking over the toes and not sort of falling in. Then take a nice lengthening breath in, let the arms come up into a beautiful 5-pointed star. And then we're going to sink down, bend the knees, squat into our goddess squat for the chest nice and open, feeling the sacral area going down towards the earth. So inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, squatting, sinking down. Inhale, extending from the center of your being, and then exhale, feel the lower back, the spine heading towards the earth, the feet pushing into the earth. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, lower down. Do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Take a breath or two here. So breathing into this squat, you might sort of use the out breath to sort of ease a little more into it, feeling the inner thighs warming up, feeling that connection through the earth, opening of the heart space. Then inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, lower the arms down. And then yoga walk the feet back together. And we'll give ourselves a little bit of a hug as we stretch into the upper back muscles, pectoralis. Let the chin come to your chest. Give a squeeze. Then opening wide, feel the chest expand, the shoulder blades squeeze together. And then give yourself a hug again. See if you can alternate which arm comes on top. Breathing in as we expand out. Breathing out as we fold forwards. Feeling that stretching into the shoulder blades, the opening of your chest. And then that rounding of the upper back as you come forward. Do that one more time. Inhale. And then exhale, let the arms float down. And then we'll do a few shoulder shrugs to finish. So on the in-breath, shrugging them, tightening them up towards the ears. Out breath, letting it go. 2 more. Beautiful. Then pause. Notice how your body is feeling. Notice your breath. Notice maybe the thoughts and feelings compared to when you started. You might like to have a sip of water, staying hydrated. So we're going to work with energy block release 3 today, which is a good one for setting an intention or maybe a quality that you would like a little bit more of in your life. So coming to stand in mountain posture, Tadasana, feet about hip width apart. You can check that by turning the heel in, then pivoting back on the ball of the foot. That'll be approximately hip width, but whatever feels good. Just check the feet are parallel. Maybe notice if you've fallen into the arches. And feel the connection of the feet through the mat. And you might like to imagine feeling the connection of the feet through to the earth, as if you were standing outside barefoot on the earth itself. Then let your awareness come up to your knees. Check if you can add a bit of softness there. And then let the awareness come up towards the base of the spine. On the out breath, you might even want to engage the pelvic floor, feel it lift up, letting that bring you into that concentration point for the base chakra, Muladhara. We just gently align the physical body and the subtle body. So feel into that area at the base of the spine. You might visualize a beautiful ruby red color, tune into the element of earth, sense of stability. Then on an out breath, you might just engage the lower abdominal muscles, pull them in slightly like you're pulling in the clothing away from your skin, maybe even tilt the pelvis back and forth. Imagine it's like a beautiful bowl of water and you want it to sort of not tip out. So you just want the pelvis to be neutral. And then you might like to let the color turn into a beautiful, vibrant orange here, element of water, sense of flow. Take a breath in, feel the sides of the body lengthen, feeling into that area around the navel. Let the color change to a golden yellow as we come into the solar plexus area, element of fire here, sense of dynamism. Then on an in-breath, you might like to roll one shoulder up, and on the out-breath, let it glide down the back, feeling that side of the chest open. Do that on the other side, inhale and exhale, and then feel into that open chest, heart center area. You might let the color now be a beautiful emerald green, like fresh leaves. Element of air here, sense of expansion. Then lengthen the neck, maybe tuck the chin in slightly. Let the awareness come up here to the throat center. Let the color be a beautiful emerald, sky blue, like the color of the sky. Element of space. Sense of clarity here. Then let your awareness come up to the eyes. If the eyes are already closed, that's fine. But if they're not, you might close them, or if you feel comfortable, just soften the gaze. Let the awareness come up to the eyes. Let the eyes soften into the head. You might even let the gaze come up with the eyes closed still, as if you're looking up towards that brow center. Let the color be a beautiful indigo blue here. And then let the awareness rise a little higher, just above the crown of the head. Indigo changes to a violet, beautiful violet light, crown chakra just above the head. Sense of connection to all that is. And then you might like to take a breath in from the crown, draw it back down to about the level of the heart, pause. And then as you're ready to breathe out, let that breath travel out, down through the legs, out through the earth. Breathe in, that grounding stability from the earth up to the heart. And then breathing out through the crown of the head. So a couple of rounds of vertical alignment breath, like you're breathing through all those energy centers, like you could breathe through like a hollow tube of bamboo from the crown of the head down to the base. And then on an in-breath, let the gaze come up or the eyes soften, open. And bring the hands together in the heart in the Anjali Mudra, prayer position, as we come into energy block release 3. So also known as awaken the heart, a lot of heart opening movements in this sequence. And also a good one to set an intention. So you might like to affirm to yourself, I have all the inner resources I need to achieve my intentions. And then on the in-breath, let the hands release up overhead. Palms sort of open out. You can imagine that you're under the sun, just looking up at it, feeling it warming the palms. And then we're going to come into our windmill scoop. So one arm comes back and down past the hips, bend in the knees, and then you draw it back up to the other side. So doing that on the other side, scooping that arm back and coming back up. So you might inhale as you come back and exhale as you come forward. So see if you can make one complete breath with this movement. But if the breath isn't flowing, just let the breath be easy and focus on the movement. Windmill scoop. You might like to affirm to yourself, I clear and release anything that does not serve me. Seeing this as a releasing movement, a letting go, clearing that space around you. Doing one more on either side. Beautiful. And then let the hands lower down to about the level of the heart. And then turn one palm to face you and leave the other facing away as we come into our mirror twist. So gaze softly into the palm of the hand that's facing you and begin to twist from the base of the spine. The other hand stays extended at the front. Then keeping the gaze soft in that palm, unwinding from the base of the spine, come back to front, changing, looking to the other palm. Twist from the base of the spine. You might exhale as you twist around and then let your inhale bring you back to the front. And then alternating sides, letting your breath lead the movement. So maybe pause at the end of the out breath. Inhale, coming to unwind, face forward. You might even feel into the heart space expanding as the arms extend away. And then coming back to the front. So feeling that stretch through the chest. You might even like to imagine that the palm of your hand is like a mirror. And it is reflecting back to you your best qualities, your highest self. So doing one more to each side. You might even like to affirm to yourself, I am a reflection of everything I see. And then bring the hands to the front. And then turn the palms to face towards the heart, still at about heart level. We come into our anahata breath, or the breath of the heart. So hands come in towards the chest and then the palms softly push away. So inhaling and exhaling. So keeping all the movements really soft and flowing. The joints are soft, the elbows are soft, the wrists are soft. There's a bit of softness in the knees. And it's like you could breathe in at the level of your heart. So inhaling through the heart space, exhaling from there. You might like to have a sense of filling up on the in-breath and releasing anything you need to on the out-breath. You might like to breathe in a quality that you'd like a little bit more of in your life. And as you breathe out, maybe imagine that quality traveling into every part of your body. Or you might prefer to breathe in light, love, joy. Breathe out compassion. Maybe send in that compassion to someone or somewhere in the world that it's needed. And then the next time you draw the hands in, draw them in still at heart level, palms facing one another, as we now move into our ocean breath movement. So we inhale and let the hands expand a little, and then we exhale and let them contract back together. So inhale a little bit wider, the arms go, and then exhale, they come together, nearly touching. So each time expand a little wider, feeling the chest expand, the shoulder blades squeeze together, and then softening. Inhale, filling up on the in-breath. Exhale, softness. Inhaling, exhale, a bit of softness in the knees. Sense of expansion. You might even imagine that quality that you breathed in at the heart, you're now expanding it out infinitely. And then this time as the hands come out, leave them out at their full width. Take a nice breath in, softening breath out, and take another full breath in. And as you breathe out now, let the hands come back together. So now each time we're not going to come out quite so far. We're going to gently begin to contract this movement in. Still inhaling as the arms come out. Exhale as they're softening. And it's just like the ocean flow, that ebb and flow of the waves, the tides. This is a beautiful one, and a harder breath, an ocean breath to do down by the ocean. With that beautiful oxygen-rich air. And then coming to pause, the palms just nearly touching, and just tune in to notice, is there anything to notice between the palms? There might not be anything, that's perfectly okay. You might feel tingling, warmth. We're now going to come into a movement called heaven and earth stretch. So take one hand up and one down, So push up towards the sky, down towards the earth. Then let the hands pass by at the level of the heart, and stretching the other way and coming back to the heart. So adding in the breath, inhale as you lengthen up, and exhale as you come down. Nice stretch through the side of the body, and having the sensation of extending up, connecting the stability of the earth, the expansiveness of the sky, letting those qualities meet back at your heart space, balancing those qualities out. One more on either side. And then let the hands come back together and bring the palms together, touching, feeling that unity of the left and right side of the body joining. As we now come into a couple of movements that will help us seal in our intention. So you might want to just drop into your heart space what your intention is. It could be something that you would like to get done over the weekend. It could be something a little bit bigger you want to achieve in your life. It could just be a quality that you want to have a little more of. So take the feet a little bit wider apart, turn one foot out, drop that back heel back, let the same leg that's forward, the hand come forward, and then take the Archer Mudra. So the fingers and thumbs fold in. It's like we're making that mudra to draw back on the bow, weight comes onto the back foot, and then letting go, releasing, front knee bends, weight onto the front foot. So inhale, drawing back, chest opens, exhale, releasing. So it's like you're drawing back on your bow and then sending that arrow to meet its target. Inhale as the chest opens and you draw back. Exhale as you release. Seeing that goal, that intention out in front of you, like you've already achieved it. You're sending the arrow to meet its target. One more. And then let both hands come up overhead in a wide arc and pivot the feet around so we're facing the other way, getting your balance. So inhale, draw back, weight onto the back foot. Exhale, release. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, releasing. You might even imagine that as you come past the heart, you can let the energy of the heart send that arrow on its way. Setting your arrow of unfinished dreams into your bow of intention and sending it to meet its mark. It's almost as like your intention has already been achieved. You can see it out there in full color. One more. Inhale as you draw back. Exhale, releasing. And then let the hands come up in a wide arc. Then we come down into a wide leg forward fold. The hands can be on the legs. You can cradle the elbows with the hands, or the hands can be on the floor. Check in with your neck and head. Make sure you're not holding tension. You might sort of shake yes and no. And then take a couple of breaths here, this wide leg forward fold. You can have the knees slightly bent. The counter posture for that movement. And then on in-breath, gently rolling up one vertebra at a time from the base of the spine. Shoulders and head come up last. So we're now going to move into a movement called runner into Thunderbolt. So if kneeling is not really good for your knees, you can stay in this standing position and open out into that sort of position standing, or you can come to kneeling in this runner position. So taking your option, whatever feels better for your knee this morning. Same hand, that leg is forward, rests on the knee. The other hand comes forward. We kind of open from the hip, draw that hand back almost to the corner where the ceiling and the wall meet, and then release to the ceiling and wall on the other side. So inhaling as you open and exhale as you release. It's like you're sending a thunderbolt of energy and determination into achieving your intention. Opening from the hip, letting the power of the hip move this movement forward rather than it coming from the shoulder. Opening through the hip, releasing any tension there. So inhale, drawing back. You might even do a forceful exhale as you breathe out through the mouth. One more on this side. Then let both hands come to either side of the foot. If you're kneeling, tuck the toes under. And then for everyone coming to turn to the other side, so taking the option to stand or kneel in runner position. Getting your balance, hand draws back, hip opens, and then releasing. So inhale, opening, Releasing, letting go. You might exhale through the mouth forcefully. It's like you're sending that last bit of will and determination into achieving your goal, your intention, your dream. Feeling that opening come through the hip and then movement from there. It's like as you come down, you might even imagine you can scoop up the energy of the earth and use that to send this thunderbolt on its way. One more. And if you're kneeling, bringing the hands to either side of the foot, tucking the toes under, and then coming back to a wide leg forward fold, pivoting the feet back together, and then staying in this peace posture, forward fold for a breath. Take a breath out. Then when you're ready to inhale, slowly, mindfully rolling up from the base of the spine, one vertebra at a time, shoulders come up, and then beginning to lead with the elbows. Let the hands come up overhead where we started in this sunlight visualization. So once again, maybe imagining, visualizing that you're standing out under the sun, beautiful warm sun, warming the palms, feeling that energy, the energy of the sun, prana, pouring down the palms, down the arms. And when you feel like you've filled up with enough, turning the palms to face the crown of the head. And imagine you can draw that light, that energy down past the crown, down past your brow, your eyes, level of the throat, level of the heart. Drawing it down past the solar plexus, sacral area, all the way to the base. And then let the hands sweep out to the sides and then come to join, thumbs touching the sternum. Once again, affirming to yourself, I have all the inner resources I need to achieve my intentions. Then you might like to release the hands and just pause for a moment. All the work is done when we notice the pause, the stillness after the movements as we let the energy settle. So just notice the body, notice the breath, notice your thoughts and feelings. And then we're going to go straight into the moon sequence. We're not going to come down into Crocodile today because the moon sequence does include coming into Crocodile or Makarasana in the middle. So grab a drink of water. You might also like to move your mat to face more lengthways. And you might even want to grab a cushion under your knees because we will be kneeling, or you might fold your mat up a little bit. So getting yourself organized, adjusting, you might want to adjust the camera as well because we'll be sort of kneeling, not standing. So coming to kneel somewhat towards the front of your mat. You can be in this upright kneeling position or you can come down into full kneeling. We won't be here for very long. If you find this uncomfortable, do come up on your knees. And then let the hands come back to the heart in that prayer position. And maybe just visualize the moon. If you've been out, there's been some beautiful, it's not a full moon this week, but it was a couple of weeks ago. It's going to image in your mind's eye of that beautiful silvery moon on the clear, still night. That beautiful silvery light. Sense of tranquility, coolness, peace. And just feel that emotion. And just tune into the sense of water. So our bodies are 70% water, and the moon has that impact on the tide. So tuning into the qualities of water as well. This sequence is a really flowing version of the moon sequence, good for calming the body, mind, and emotions, good to balance hormonal fluctuations, and gives the kidneys, the organs a bit of a massage as well in the abdominal area with the gentle twist that we do. So once you're all settled, then coming up onto your knees and then bringing your right leg forward. So adjusting, so you might want to make sure that you're not got sort of your knee right in front, so you're wobbling, coming a bit wider. You might engage those core muscles on an out breath, pulling up the pelvic floor, pulling the abdominal muscles on, so you've got that nice stability. And then turn the fingers or the palms to face forward, put a bit of pressure through the palms as you gently push the hands forward, the arms, and then let the palms peel apart and the chest open, the arms come wide, and then turn the palms to face up. Maybe take the gaze up between the eyebrows. Then let your hands come to meet overhead, lifting up out the hips, and then let the arms come down. It's like you're slicing through the air with the arms. So we'll do that again and bring in the breath. So inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, palms face up, gaze comes up a little. Inhale, arms meet overhead. Exhale, arms slice down through the air. So inhale, feel a sense of opening at the heart space. Exhale, it's like you can gather, it's like you're holding the moon even, gathering that energy of the moon, drawing it up, palms meet overhead, and then letting the arms slice down through the air. So doing that again, inhale, exhale, palms face up. And now the hand that is the leg forward, we're going to twist from the base of the spine, bring that hand to the knee, continue to twist a little, maybe look up to that open palm. You might sort of gently curve the elbow, the palm, keeping the joints soft, feeling that twist from the base of the spine up to come out, look down at your other knee, and then on the in-breath, lifting up. And then we're going to twist the other way. So the hand comes to the other knee, we twist from the base of the spine and look up towards the other palm. You might imagine a beautiful crescent moon as you do this movement, feeling that twist in the lower back, sacral area. To come out, look down at the knee, palms come up, out breath, palms face up. Inhale, palms come up overhead. Exhale, arms slice down, and then bring the knee back, bring the hands in. And we're going to come down and pass through plank to come into Sphinx. So bring both hands onto the floor. You can keep both knees on the floor, or you can tuck the toes under and sort of lower down onto the floor into plank. Coming into Sphinx. So elbows are under your shoulders. Palms are on the mat, pulling back on the mat, letting the awareness come up between the eyebrows, feeling that gentle sort of mild back bend. And then you might like to just gently turn the head to look over one side. And then look back to center. And gently twist, looking over the other side. And then come back to center. And then pull back on your mat with your fingers. It's like you're trying to pull it back towards you. And let the gaze be soft up between the eyebrows. You might even imagine you're gazing at a beautiful moon. And you might like to take a breath in from the crown of the head and let it travel down the spine. And the out breath go into the earth. So you might even imagine like a gentle flow of silvery light coming in at the crown, traveling down the spine, releasing into the earth from the base. One more breath. And then we're going to release down into Crocodile or Makarasana. So feet can come out wider, heels in, toes out, and then lowering down, having a place to rest with the forehead on the hands. So the crocodile is the posture of letting go. As you take a breath in, feel the abdomen expand. As you take a breath out, feel it soften, the belly soften. So letting go of any holding of the core muscles. See if you can use the out breath to let go of any tension in your shoulders, your hips. Breathing in, feel the abdomen expand. Breathing out, feel the belly soften. So the crocodile or Makar, where we get Makarasana from, is related to our second chakra, the sacral area, the water element, the emotions. So if you feel things coming up, that's okay. Stay with the practice, keep breathing. See if you can let things go on the out breath. Maybe letting go into the earth by your soft front, or you're still protected by your strong back. You might even like to take a journey through the layers of your being, or the koshas while you're here. The first one being the physical kosha. Bring your full awareness to the physical body. Not judging anything, just noticing what there is to notice. And let your awareness come to the energetic or subtle layer. You might bring your awareness to your breath or sensations. And let the breath come down into the emotional layer. Let your awareness rest at your heart space. Journeying down to the wisdom layer, centering your awareness on your mind, your thoughts. Notice if the thoughts have settled. And then finally, the blissful layer. Taking a couple of breaths here, resting in your own being. Feeling a connection to all that is. Taking a couple of breaths to relax and absorb this experience. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the feet back together, tuck the toes under, bring the hands under the shoulders, and gently and kindly push yourself back into extended child pose. So forehead sort of on the floor, arms extended out in front. Then we'll do a little bit of the half moon child. So just visualize that your hands are like the hands of a clock, and they're both at 12 o'clock at the moment. So then we're going to gently, on an out breath, walk both hands across so that they're more at 1 o'clock, maybe across to 2 o'clock. So keeping the forehead on the floor as best you can. Feeling an opening through that side of the body. Breathing here, taking a couple of breaths. And then bringing the hands back to both 12 o'clock. And then on an out breath, going the other way, walking the hands across more to 11 o'clock, across to 10 o'clock, and feeling that opening up through the other side of the body. And then letting the hands come back to the center. You might like to come into the full child pose with the arms down by the sides, palms facing up. You can have make a little forehead place for the fist to rest on. You might have the knees depart altogether. And then when you're ready, on an in-breath, uncurl from the base of the spine and come up to kneeling. Hands come back into that prayer position. And then we'll repeat the second half of the moon sequence on the other side of the body. So hopefully you can remember which leg you had forward first. So coming up to kneel, I started with my right leg, so bringing the left leg forward, but it might be the opposite for you. Getting your balance, tuning into that beautiful quality of the moon again. We're turning the hands to face forward, pushing through the air. On an in-breath, letting the hands extend, the chest open. On an out-breath, let the palms face up towards the sky, the gaze come up between the brow. Inhale, lifting up and out of the hips, feel the hands reach overhead, palms touch. Exhale, it's like a slicing down through thick air. So inhaling, opening. Exhale, palms face up. Inhale, palms come overhead. Exhale, lowering them down. Do that one more time. Tuning into that beautiful flowing quality of water. Arms come down. And this time we'll inhale as the chest opens. Exhale, palms face up. And then same arm as knee is forward, twisting from the base of the spine, lowering that arm to the thigh. Continuing to twist, maybe looking up towards the ceiling or behind you. Feeling that twist, feeling that squeeze at the lower back. And then to come out, look down to that knee. Come up, palms face up. And then we turn the other way, twisting from the base of the spine the other way. Maybe visualizing the beautiful soft crescent of the new moon. All that opportunity and possibility to come out. Look down at the knee first for balance. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, palms face up. Inhale, palms meet overhead. Exhale, slice through the air. Then inhale, bring the knee back. Hands to prayer position. Coming back to sitting, kneeling, or standing, kneeling. And just pause for a moment here. Notice the effect of that moon sequence on your body. You might feel a sense of stillness, calm, tranquility. Tuning into those emotions. Beautiful, tranquil moon. And then I invite you to bring all that tranquility down, getting everything you need. So I'll give you a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds to get everything you need to relax. Hopefully you've got it all nearby. So coming to relax, you might want to adjust the camera. You don't really need to see me, and I don't need to see you though, but adjusting the camera if you need to, getting what you need to be comfortable. You're having a sip of water. I have to try and deal with Jamie, who's sitting on my cushion. Not making it easy there, buddy. There we go. You can stay as well. So coming to lie down in Savasana, you might have cushion or bolster under your knees to be comfortable, whatever you need to be comfortable. And when you've got there, maybe taking a few deep yogic breaths. You might breathe in, feel the belly expand. Breathe out, let the belly soften. Maybe doing that again, taking a breath in, feel the belly expand, the chest expand. And then you might exhale, slowly releasing, softening the belly and chest. Maybe doing that a couple more times. Just let everyone get settled. Taking a nice deep breath in. Maybe sighing the breath out, or a long, slow exhale. You might like to imagine that you've got pursed lips and you can just slowly let that breath exhale out really slowly. See if you lengthen the exhale. And then letting that deep yogic breath go, just letting the breath be its regular pattern. You might like to add the word peace on your in-breath and calm on your out-breath. So inhaling peace and exhaling calm. Let the body settle. Feel the body settling on the mat. Imagine it settling on the earth. In this first part of the relaxation, I invite you to relax your physical body. So you might want to tense parts of your body as you inhale and then release them on the exhale. If tensing and releasing doesn't feel right for you today, you might imagine that part of the body, or bring your awareness to that part of the body on the in-breath. And then visualize or feel it softening on the out-breath. So let your awareness come down through the crown of the head, down through the body, down through both legs, to the toes on both feet. As you gently begin to curl the toes under on an inhale, and then let them soften away on the exhale. Maybe doing that again. Inhale, curling the toes under, feel the underside of the foot squeeze, and then softening on the exhale. Then let your awareness come up to the ankles on both feet. Keeping the heels on the floor, you might gently circle the ankles one way and then the other. And then let that movement go as you bring your awareness to the feet still, pushing both heels away and then pointing both toes away. So pushing the heels, pointing the toes, pointing and flexing. Feeling that tension coming up the front of the leg, the back of the leg. And then letting that movement go as well. This time you might, on the in-breath, like to draw the backs of both knees down into your mat or bolster, tense the lower legs, upper legs, holding them on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, let both legs soften. You might let the toes flop out to the side, both legs a little bit softer. Let your awareness come up to the hips. You might gently squeeze the buttocks on an in-breath, feel the hips rise a little. And then on an out-breath, seeing if you can let them release. On the in-breath, draw the belly down towards the spine as you bring your awareness to the soft front part of your body, flattening the front of the body. And on an out-breath, let it soften again. And as you breathe in next, feel the belly expand, the chest expand like a balloon. Nice deep yogic breath. And then as you have a long, slow exhale through the mouth or the nose, let the belly soften, the chest soften. And let your awareness come to the back body now. You might gently push the lower back into the mat on the in-breath, feeling that curve flatten out. And then on the out-breath, softening, let the gentle curve of your lower back return. Let your awareness rise up to the upper back. You might gently squeeze the shoulder blades together a little on the in-breath. And feel the chest rise. And then on the out-breath, let those shoulder blades slide away from one another. So the whole upper back, lower back, it's a little bit softer on the mat. Maybe checking in with your shoulders. If you've still got a little bit of tension, you might shrug them up towards the ears on the in-breath. And then release them down and away from the ears on the out-breath. Then let a breath come in through the crown of the head. Let it travel down both arms, all the way to the fingers and thumbs. You might gently make a fist with the fingers, giving the thumbs a bit of a squeeze, feeling into the joints of the fingers. And then keeping that soft fist, you might like to rotate through the elbows, the wrists, elbows, shoulders one way, and then the other, like you're wringing out all the muscles in your arms. Or you might prefer to spread the fingers wide, put a bit of tension in both arms, tightening. And then on the out breath, let both hands gently be down by your sides. You might have your palms facing up. You might prefer to have your hands on your belly, whatever feels more nurturing. As you let your awareness now come up to the neck, you might just notice, is there any tension in my neck? If there is, you might like to gently roll the head one way, back to the center, and then the other way. Or you might prefer to tuck the chin in, lengthening the back of the neck, or maybe lift the chin up towards the ceiling. Whatever movements you need to release tension in your neck, if any. Then let the awareness come up to the mouth, the jaw, the tongue, the teeth. You might move the jaw from side to side. You might open the mouth wide. You might even like to bring on a yawn. Maybe poke out your tongue, releasing tension from the back of the throat. And let the tongue be in the mouth gently closed, teeth slightly apart. As you let your awareness come up to the rest of the face, you might like to gently squeeze all the muscles of the face, scrunching them in towards the center, towards the nose. And then on the out breath, letting go and softening from the center of your face to the outer edges. Then let your awareness come up to the forehead. You might alternate between frowning and raising the eyebrows. And then on the out breath, see if you can relax the forehead, relax the scalp, relax the back of the head. And the next time you're ready, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, scan the whole body from head to foot. Maybe letting this out breath wash down the front of your body like a wave of relaxation. And then allow the physical body to be still as we now focus on the energetic or subtle body. So you might like to focus once again on this central channel from the base of your spine up to the crown of the head. You might imagine it's like a tube of hollow bamboo. You might imagine a smooth channel of prana, life force flowing from base to crown. And we're working with the Sacral Chakra, Swadhisthana, this week. So you might like to tune into the element of water, qualities of creativity, a sense of self, connecting into this location of the concentration point, just there below the belly button, that sacral area. And then you might like to visualize your body being surrounded by a field of healing light or energy. You might make that a beautiful orange color, the color of associated with this energy center, or it might just be a color that appeals to you today or comes to mind. And the next time you inhale, imagine energy spiraling down from just above that area, the sacral area. It comes into this point and spreads through the whole body. And as you breathe out, it diffuses out through the pores of your skin and comes back into this beautiful field of energy that's surrounding you. So doing that again, inhaling, energy spirals down from above that point at the just below the belly button. Comes into the body, spreads throughout the body. And then as you breathe out next, letting it diffuse out through the pores of the skin, back into the energy field around you. You might do this visualization of breath a couple more times. And affirm into yourself, I embrace pleasure and abundance. I trust my feelings and I am a creative being. I embrace pleasure and abundance. I trust my feelings and I am a creative being. And you might like to let your awareness, your breath, come up back to the level of the heart. Take a couple of breaths in here, as if you could breathe in through the heart space, breathe out through the heart space. You might even visualize a light here at the heart, imagining it getting brighter with each breath. You're seeing the healing light from this heart area expand out to all the energy centers, letting everything dissolve in the light of your heart. And then rest in stillness. You might let the awareness stay there at the heart. And seeing if you can rest in deep inner stillness. And you'll hear my voice and the water koshi chime in a couple of minutes. invite you to begin to re-energize the body, the mind, the spirit. You might like to imagine, sense, or feel a golden light just above the crown of your head. And then on an in-breath, imagine you can draw this light in through the crown. And imagine this golden light traveling down through each of your energy centers. You might imagine it igniting each energy with center with pure light. As you draw it down through the crown, the brow, down past your throat, drawing it down to the heart, solar plexus, sacral area, all the way to your base of your spine. And then please take a slightly deeper breath as you let your awareness come back into the physical body as it rests here in your place of relaxation today. You might bring your awareness back to and welcome any sounds or sensations in the room where you are. You might like to bring a little bit of gentle movement back into your body, maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe stretching and moving your body in a way that feels right for you today. You might even like to hug your knees up to the chest, rock from side to side, giving that sacral area a little bit of a rock. You might even circle the sacral area. And of course, you're at home, so if you're feeling really relaxed, you're most welcome to stay here in relaxation longer. But otherwise, maybe coming to roll over on your right side, pausing there for a couple of breaths, letting your body adjust, the heart, the lungs, the circulation, the nervous system. And our quote for this week, with this focus on the sacral chakra, the element of water, is from Rumi. Let the water settle and you will see the moon and stars mirrored in your being. Let the water settle and you will see the moon and stars mirrored in your being. So if you're going to come up, gently pushing yourself up kindly to sitting, or you're most welcome to stay lying down and keep this relaxation going since you're at home. But if you are coming to sit up, you might like to then begin to rub the palms together, getting ready to palm the eyes. So feeling that physical sensation of the palms rubbing together. And then you might like to place those warm palms over your closed eyes, or you could keep them open if that's more comfortable. Letting them palms seal out the light. It could be more comfortable to have the palms just in front of the eyes. Just maybe tune into the warmth that you've created in the palms and feel the eyes drinking that in. You might let the light filter back down as the hands lower, light comes to the fingertips. You might want to give yourself a little bit of a tap on the scalp with the fingers where we started today. Waking yourself up. And then drawing your hands down on or over your heart space as we finish with 3 Oms, which you're welcome to join in at your own home or just listen and receive the benefits of. So if you're joining in, taking a breath in. And bring the palms together, touching, bowing your wise mind to your compassionate heart. May there be peace in our body, mind, and spirit. Namaste. Thank you for joining myself and Jamie, who has been sitting here the whole time, doesn't want to move. Thank you for joining me and have a good day. We'll stop. Oh, sorry, Jamie. Stop the recording and you can take yourself off mute if you like.